So this video is my thoughts on the Disney slash AG collab. And I know I'm a little late to the party, but with all of the new releases, I thought that it was the perfect time to make this video. So I grew up on Disney. We didn't have cable when I was younger. I was like 13. So for most of my life, we grew up on Disney and DVD movies, just mostly Disney DVDs. And I have seen a lot of Disney movies and all of the princess movies, mainly. And there's some princesses I like more than others, but that's just mostly how everyone feels. I wasn't really, I'm not really, I have mixed feelings about this collection. So, anyway. We have two separate, sets of these dolls. We have the limited edition, which includes Jasmine, Rapunzel, Belle, Anna and Elsa, and then we have the Playline, Tiana, Ariel, Cinderella, and Rapunzel. The obvious difference is the price point. There's a major price point increase with the collector's dolls because of the detail and just the crystals they have added on to pretty much every aspect of their outfit, which very much increases the price. And the Playline dolls don't have those crystals, and their outfits are a little less detailed, which drops the price significantly. So first, we'll talk about the limited edition ones. The first three. Rapunzel is one of the most popular of these three. Her and Belle sold out very quickly. Jasmine is still up for sale on the website, but the other two are not. Rapunzel, I love her. She's very nostalgic for me. The Tangled of Rapunzel / Tangled. The Tangled movie was my entire childhood. I loved Rapunzel as a kid, and still do. I also loved Flynn. If they make a Flynn doll, you will see me buy my first boy doll because I love Flynn Rider. He is one of my favorite Disney, love interests. It's not technically a prince, so love interest. Well, I guess he is because he married Rapunzel. But anyway, I, however, am not a fan of the Swarovski crystals, mainly because of the price point increase. Obviously, it increases it by twice as much. I wasn't collecting at the time of this release last year, and I missed out on it. I didn't get any of these dolls. And I could not justify buying Rapunzel, who I wanted, on the secondhand market. Mainly because I wanted to modernize her. I wouldn't keep, obviously I would keep her, I wouldn't say I wouldn't keep her as Rapunzel. I honestly don't know. But I would not keep her in the outfit all the time. I would want to modernize her. And I don't see the point of buying a doll at $300 to not utilize the outfit that is the reason that the doll is so much. So I absolutely could not justify buying her in the secondhand market. I was not spending over $500 on a single doll on the secondhand market, especially if I wasn't going to utilize the outfit as much as I would an outfit I actually would keep on the doll long term. Belle, the host of The Josefina mold is one of my favorites. One of my favorite molds. I have several dolls with the Josefina mold. And Belle is obviously my second favorite. I love Beauty and the Beast. It was one of my favorite of the Disney movies. I've seen the live action, and I love that movie too. I mainly love it because of the Belle herself. I used to love reading as a kid. I would read all the time. I still do read, just not as often as I did when I was a kid. But I used to love reading. And Belle, I guess I related to a lot. I'm not crazy about the plot of it. The Stockholm Syndrome kind of thing. Obviously, it's a Disney movie, and the plot is kind of. Most Disney movie plots are a little outdated and not something that I would agree with if it wasn't a Disney movie and it wasn't set in the past. Well, not if it wasn't assumed to be set in the past. I love Beauty and the Beast mainly because of the music. I love A Tale of the Oldest Time and just the music in general. I also love the roses that they have in the movie, like the presence of the roses. I think that just the roses, Mrs. Potts, Chip. I like the whole idea of all the parts of the movie. But I hate the price point because of the crystals. Like I said before, I am not a fan of the crystals. I think we could do without them. I don't see the point of putting crystals on an outfit just to hike up the price. I think that it's kind of pointless. They could have just used rhinestones. They could have just not had them at all. Like Rapunzel's outfit would be completely fine without all the crystals, and so would the others. I don't see the point of it. Jasmine, I was personally disappointed in her. She's not my favorite, and she's probably one of my least favorite of the limited edition dolls. I do like the Aladdin movie. I've seen it multiple times when I was a kid. But Jasmine herself isn't one of my favorite Disney princesses. She's just not someone that I would steer towards if I had to pick. My favorite Disney princess is Rapunzel. It is not Jasmine. I don't have a problem with Jasmine, but I don't like her face sculpt they gave her. It's just not. I don't like it. I don't know what else to say about it, but I'm just not a fan of the face sculpt. And I'm not a fan of her top either. It's just I don't like all the crystals. Not a fan. Too much glitter, in my opinion. Anyone that is on Instagram or just looks at the website in general knows that they just dropped a couple days ago. They just dropped Anna and Elsa from Frozen. I didn't grow up on Frozen. I was 10 when it came out, but I wasn't a super huge fan of the movie. It was okay, but it wasn't like my absolute favorite. I wouldn't say grew out of it at the time. Like, I didn't grow out of Disney or anything. It just wasn't really my thing. I didn't really like the Frozen movie. And the dolls are nothing special to me. I have mixed feelings about Elsa specifically. While I love Rapunzel, and I love the face mold that they gave Rapunzel, I don't like how similar Elsa and her look. I don't like how they gave Elsa like the same face mold, the same eyes, pretty much the exact same look as Rapunzel. It doesn't really, she just doesn't seem as unique with the same face mold, the same eyes, pretty much the same look. I'm also not a fan of her eyebrows. I'm just not. I don't know. There's just something about her eyebrows that I just don't like. I also have a very much vendetta against sequins. I don't like sequins. I don't know what it is. I just don't like sequins. So I don't like the bodice of the dress, not like the top part. I don't like it. I think that the sequins are just not it for me. I personally love styling my doll's hair constantly. Like, I can just randomly decide that even if I styled it like a couple days ago, I think that they need a new hairstyle. So I'm constantly styling my doll's hair. And I don't like the way that I probably couldn't replicate the braid up to like factory level that she came in. If I got her, I just wouldn't be able to do it exactly how American Girl did it. And I wouldn't like how her hair looked down with it coming in the braid. I just wouldn't like how awkward it was, how crimped, and just the overall look of it. And I also wouldn't want to spend so much on a doll just to leave her in the box and not do anything with her. But I feel like that's the whole point of collector dolls, is to leave them in the box or just barely touch them. They're just like for display purposes. And that's just not something that I want to. I just don't want to collect dolls just to display them. Anna is my favorite out of the Frozen Sister dolls. I like her hair. I like the red hair that she has, like more of like Molly's braids, but red. And I like her hair, and her face is cute. I don't think we have had the light skin Joss mold. So I think that that's new and it's unique. It's kind of sucks that they put the light skin Joss mold on a collector doll. That might be. A lot of people might not want to spend that much just to get a face mold they don't have. If they're collecting face molds, I'm like, not face molds, but like if they're collecting skin tones of all face molds. But she does seem very unique compared to Elsa, who looks similar to Rapunzel, in my opinion. And I love her. I prefer her outfit over Elsa's because of the lack of sequins and just the overall simplicity. I would love to see her outfit without the crystals, though, because I think the crystals kind of. They're just not it for me. And the price point is a hard no because of the crystals. So, yeah. Now let's move on to the Playline dolls that they recently released. Earlier this year, I think it was February, they released these dolls. And they're similar to the limited edition, but they have the lack of crystals, the lack of insane detail. They're just more, I guess, catered toward kids instead of adult collectors. So it's not, I guess most people would prefer buying the Playline dolls for their children if the kids like would want to have a doll that's Disney princess. They would much rather spend the money on a Playline doll instead of a collector doll that the kid might mess up. And yeah, Tiana, I don't. I will not collect the Claudie mold in my personal collection because she doesn't fit with how I see my dolls. I see them as older, and in my opinion, the Claudie mold makes them look younger. And obviously, they're supposed to be kids in American Girl lore, so that fits better. Having a more innocent face, having a more just younger looking face fits with American Girl more than the slightly mature looking faces that I would prefer in my collection. So personally, I am not a fan of. I wouldn't get Tiana in my personal collection, but I do like her overall. I love her dress. I think that her dress is really pretty. I like the overall look of the dress, the overall accessories that it comes the way the dress is made. I like her hair, like her hair and the hairstyle. And I do like her other two outfits, especially the work outfit she has. The colors of it. I like the green and yellow and like the flower detailing. But I do heard her hair does not have a lot of play value when down. And I feel like that would be a downside to taking out her hair. And if you like would want to style it differently for the other outfits she comes with, you wouldn't be able to and still have the same amount of play value and the same amount of like it would be thinner and less. It just wouldn't look as good in the eyes of some people. So yeah. Ariel, I don't care all that much for the enameled. I'm just not a fan of it. I only like it on certain dolls. I don't like Nenea just because of I don't know. I just don't like the Nene mold as much as the rest of the molds. I'm just not as big of a fan of it. I do like 118 though. She's one of the exceptions. I do think that she makes the Nene mold work. But I'm just not a fan of Ariel overall. She's okay. I do love her blue outfit, like the blue separate outfit she comes with. I do think that's really pretty. And I do think she comes with a lack of accessories though. Like not as many accessories as the other two come with in her outfits. Like I don't know. They gave her such a lack of accessories and it's kind of disappointing. Cinderella, I'm not much of a Cinderella fan. She isn't high on my list of favorite princesses. I don't love her hair, and I'm not into it down, especially like I've seen pictures of her down with her hair down, and I'm not the biggest fan of the Cinderella doll. There's nothing against people who love the Cinderella doll. Cinderella just isn't one of my favorite princesses. She's never really been high up on my list. She's just kind of meh to me. And for that reason, she's not one of my favorites, and she's just. I don't like her other outfits as much as the other two. I don't. I'm just not a fan of it. I do like her work dress in the sense of I think it's so simple and cute, but I don't think it would look good on dolls that aren't Cinderella. Like I don't think it would fit with the overall vibe personally that I would have. But I do think that it's cuter than her pink dress with the bows, which isn't really my thing. But yeah. Last is the doll that dropped earlier today, Rapunzel. And she's very similar to the limited edition Rapunzel, except her hair is down, it is shorter, obviously the lack of crystals, and the lack of... There's not as much detail in her dress as the limited edition one, which is obvious. And I do love her though. I love Rapunzel. I think it's a great chance for people that missed out on her last year, either because of financial reasons they couldn't afford to spend that much on one doll or three for that matter, or they just weren't collecting at the time like myself. And I just think this Rapunzel is a good chance that the other two would be released as Spyline, and eventually the Frozen dolls too, maybe next year. And I do think that her dress is very detailed, very gorgeous. I like the I do think it's simple and it's overall very cute. And I like that the accessories come separately, like the additional accessory sets. I like that there's an option to buy them separately, even if you don't want to use them specifically for Rapunzel, but you think that like you want to use them for a different doll or just in general. The accessories, I like her satchel, like the satchel set with the with Pascal. I like that one especially. I'm not really a super huge fan of the hairstyling set, but I think that that one will be especially interesting for kids and just something that kids would enjoy because they would like playing with their hair. They would like learning how to do different hairstyles on it and like how to do her signature braid. And they would like the flowers and the clips and stuff that she has. It's just not something that would cater towards myself. But I did end up buying Rapunzel. She's one of the only ones that I bought out of the Disney collab because I wanted the limited edition one to modernize and to like put her in different outfits, but couldn't justify buying the other one secondhand, obviously. So I did buy Rapunzel. And yeah, I'm excited to have Rapunzel. I don't know if I'll be buying any of the other ones. It depends on who comes out next. And I would love to see Mulan. I think that Mulan would be a great addition. Mulan is one of my favorite just I don't know if she's a princess, but one of my favorite Disney movies. And I think that if they did Mulan and Shang like they did Tinny and Logan, I would absolutely love that because I love Shang. So if they did that, or if they just released any more Disney princes along with the Disney princesses, like they started doing that for the boy dolls eventually, I think that that would be cool. I would love to see Merida. I think Merida with I don't know what kind of mold, but I just think Merida in general would be pretty. I like the whole Scottish. I think if they could do something with that, that would be fun. I don't know if they would do like limited edition or playline, but either way. And I do think Moana would be really pretty, especially with the new Moana movie coming out soon. I think that Moana would be super pretty. Just overall. I think Moana with like maybe Sonali, but like not new Sonali, but like old Sonali. If they could do that again, that would be really pretty. I don't know how they would do that, but I think that would be really pretty. If they did old Sonali. Overall, I just think Moana would be pretty to bring back to bring into the collection, regardless of like wherever they put her, which set of the collector or playline. I think that Moana would be pretty. I also think Aurora, like Sleeping Beauty, would be really pretty to bring into it. Overall, I think that they have a lot of options and a lot of potential for the collection. Even though it's not something that some of the dolls I'm just not really biggest fan of. There's some of them that I do really like, and I wish that they would, if they do make a lot of the dolls collector, I think that they should all. I think that making them playline would also be really great because then the people that don't want to spend the money on collectors because of the outfits, they can get them in playline and not spend too much money on it just to not like the outfit. Anyway, that's it for this video. Sorry it's been a while. I just haven't had the time to film anything, nor the energy or ideas for that matter. But yeah, I was happy to get this out for you guys. So yeah, see you soon.